course, I want to make the grand finals. We still have the semifinals to play.
I never think about I was like playing in the major stage and dream coming true.
Whoever comes next is going to be a really tough match.
Right now, Mongols, they're not backing down. The major is where they find their stage breakthrough.
And QZ, that's a collateral. Pain with their back against the wall are putting on a fight. The Mongolian flag is firmly planted in the CounterStrike map. It could all end right here and now. It's generational clash. Individuals playing their game, their way, and it takes them to a next stage, to the semi-finals.
Well, hey, Austin, are we still in the building? It sure as hell looks like it. Let's give a goodbye to some of our teams we've already said goodbye to. How about a na 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 na? Hey!
Sana.
Had to be done. We do have to keep eliminating teams. That's how it works.
It's true, and that's how we arrive here at our last semifinal. And yeah, one more team to get their spot in the grand final. I did just get the cue that we have to wait just a little bit longer for our players. I get it. They want to be ready, you know, and I'm sure they're looking forward to being right there, being lifted to the ceiling, and to walk through this arena. You guys have been absolutely incredible, and I think you're going to be fantastic in this moment as well.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree. Austin, you surprised me on Thursday, you blew my socks off yesterday, and you keep showing up. I want to say thank you to all of you for coming out here and sticking to the major process. We all came here for CounterStrike. We're going to keep that one going. Speaking of the CounterStrike, Efya, what we have on our hands is Pain finding the place that they maybe shouldn't have been, but they're here now.
Absolutely, and we heard there the storytelling from Maui about NQZ already, the fact that he's been doing this, but nobody really expected them to oust Furia and Fallen as the chosen one. And now that does mean that all of the pressure is on their shoulders, because Brazil was looking at Furia. Now they are all looking at Pain. But we heard it from Snow, he's just so excited to play here.
Yeah, and you know, we look back just a little bit further, and again, we are waiting to get these teams on the stage, so in case you're curious what's going on, if we do look back just a little bit further, all the way back to this little city known as Cluj-Napoca, where the Mongols would win to advance 3-0 into the playoffs. So, in historical fashion, the Mongols have won this one before.
It's true. You've already witnessed the elation on the one side, the heartbreak on the other in our previous series, and that's what it's all about. That's what CounterStrike is all about. The emotions aren't going to become smaller in this next one. The hope of a nation on the shoulders of Pain and Mongols.
Yeah, which is what we want right here, right now. Austin, somebody make some noise. Let's get this semifinal going.
The Mongols. They've thrown down the favored sons of this arena, but now can they steal their power and take it to a trophy? Pain. They've already cast down the idols of their region, but now there's another hurdle to overcome. Can they continue?
The grandest of stages, the deepest of runs. This is the furthest that either of these squads have ever found themselves in a major playoffs. Dupree, you have been in that exact situation, albeit quite a while ago. What kind of emotions do you think are going through these guys' heads right in this very moment?
As of right now, they will only be focusing on one thing, and that is just go in and play the counters that they know as a team they can play. They know that the pressure is there. Obviously, sitting down right now is them to determine whether or not they're going to go forward to the grand final. And both teams are going to be putting them a fight. There's definitely going to be nerves on it. You know, it's teams that hasn't been playing them like this many playoffs, and obviously, major playoffs is still uncontested territory for a lot of them. But both of them stood out the things that went on for them in the quarterfinal. They showed they can play on the biggest stages. So for them to move on now, there's a lot on the stakes for both teams.
Yeah, well, especially for Mongols, that's the big thing in the quarterfinals yesterday, right? That phase win has to be the talisman that ignites this team, because all the struggles themselves, having to learn how to play the game, rise through the game, coming out of Mongolia in a region that didn't have a whole lot of support, and all the struggles you've had failing on stages in the past, and individually and as a team. That win over phase has to be the launching point for them, where finally they're ignited and they know they can win these matches. And now you're the favorite in one against Pain. This has to be a win for Mongols.
And we can't understate how much pressure you experience when you walk out on this stage, right? Sure, you've done it once in the quarterfinal, but when we look into the side of Mongols, sure, we may have seen them as an underdog if Pain weren't here in this situation. Being the favorite, that's a whole nother kettle of fish, right?
I think that Mongols are taking on the favorite hat here, right? You know, with walking into this stage, you know, seeing that there's many showing up to watch them play CounterStrike. You know, that is the dream coming true. As a CounterStrike player, you want to be making a name for yourself, and Mongols has already done that, not only as a team, but also as individuals. So the Mongols, they come in with a big thing to do. They have what it takes, and I'm sure that they're going to bring the fire to this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the other side, it's going to be a big test as well, because Pain, I think they're massive underdogs in this, but they've got firepower, and they've got players that can catch you off guard, and they are playing with that luxury of, yeah, we're not supposed to be here. We've already kind of won in our minds. We've already kind of made it as far as our goals were set. Everything from here is house money. So Pain, I mean, they should have no fear, no pressure whatsoever, and if you can bring that style that they have out into the game, they can actually be a huge issue for Mongols.
Oz, very much going in that same vein, Jason. You said, you know, it would be a massive loss if Mongols were to stumble here. You think they're taking it?
Oh, absolutely. Mongols, they should be taking this one. They should be sweeping it as well.
Well, it is time to get this show started. Mongols versus Pain in our second semi-final.
You ready to spend your Saturday night watching some Counter-Strike, Austin? I definitely am. We have a server, a semi-final stacked full of next-generation Counter-Strike talent.
We've got Dark Horses taking on underdogs. Mongols, a top 5 team in the world against Pain, trying to salvage a disappointing season.
And these very players were inspired by events, moments, and stories just like this one. Mongolia versus South America. Guaranteed 5 fresh faces in the major grand final. And it starts on Mirage. Always starting on the attack are Mongols. No exception here.
And this is where they started the series yesterday against FaZe, their map choice. Slower start, not straight in towards A. Flash forward on ramp. Contact taken. DGT and Senzu exchange a glance. 9-10 out mid. P250 in hand. Perfect weapon for the job, but could get blindsided. Opening exchange.
Testing his reactions there. Davadeus pulls his crosshair and gets away unscathed. A split and spread attack to start.
Looking for info in mid. Might be able to find the bomb here on the back of Blitz in no man's land.
He has another look, and that's a great find. Blitz is down. They've lost their bomb. They've lost their captain. The head of the snake taken off, and immediately you see them writhe awkwardly in response. Senior clawing one back, but look at this from Davadeus. He just puffs up his chest, says, let's fight, let's go.
P250 for the X Factor now. Senzu, can he win a 1v3 to start the campaign for Mongols?
That would be a very big statement, Chad. Cautious yet aggressive. 3 targets on his screen. It was just a matter of time. The youngest Brazilian in a major semi-final, Snow, lets them know early.
We got 2 of the 3 youngest players in the major in the server right now. Mazinho on one side, Snow on the other, and this started perfectly. Big U0 against Blitz. These are 2 in-game leaders who take up star positions, star roles, and have to deliver. So seeing the 2 locking horns immediately. Bit of a mirror matchup. You got the Young Bucks, Snow and Mazinho, their anchors on other sides of the map for this one, sure, but will need to deliver under the pressure of a major semi-final. Eco now for Mongols. And all bets are off in this one. Saw them yesterday against FaZe with some bangers on the Deagles, looking to replicate that. Top mid, dual taken NQZ, the opener. This time not with the AWP, just the MP9, and they're just going to continue to push the issue top mid, so this one should be swept under the rug.
A test for DGT.
He's going to chip in from stairs, so let's see. They should be able to mop this one up without too many issues. Caught in no man's land.
They've done it before, have the Mongols. Their Deagles, especially 9-10 up that ramp. They can hit shots. 9-10, a second one. Seriously good output. A couple of $100 into some pistols, and they'll take two. They'll force two down.
Okay, at least it wasn't flawless if you're looking at it from the positive side of the Mongols' perspective. That was an eco. They do some damage now. They're able to find the punish. The AK is invested upon.
Bravo, game on, round 3, let's get the guns out.
Looks like an A split with pace.
He's quick with this. Look at the path, it's so aggressive, and NQZ arrives just in time. Big Uzera, crossfire established. He's gone aggressive and unchecked. Big pressure onto A. NQZ unchecked onto the stairs. Fight, Techno crumbles, and Mzinho just a one clawback kill. A second is lovely. Quick tap to the face of Big Uzera. Blitz late to the party. Snow goes looking, gets the answer. MP9 not playing scared, and look at that, veins popping as the underdog starts strong.
And NQZ not stopping with those openers. He has just had a phenomenal output for this team in their major campaign.
Right.
Stage 2. Well, now they're in the playoffs, and now they're just a couple of maps away from that grand final. The next gen of Brazilian CounterStrike with that South American flair, Chile and Uruguay on display as well. But look at this team go. You've come this far. Who says you can't go the whole way? Beautiful start. Now it'll be into the partial. Mongols. Pistol upgrades. Utility in the mix.
Yeah, these are those rounds, though, Chad. You can trip over your shoelaces, and all of that momentum can be sucked out of the room.
Now, this one doesn't look like it's going to have pace. Just going to feel things out. Investigating over towards B amps. Blitz out more top mid. Bomb over towards A ramp. Suppression now for Mazinho, looking for the fake.
Yeah, one hell of a fake, because he commits, drops down, and actually, he nearly had Bigu. DGT, though, at range. He ain't playing scared. There is that con slip that, never mind, not a problem. Blitz thought he'd caught him off guard, a little side swipe, but DGT handles it with poise. And yeah, this partial investment has got Mongols nowhere.
You can see what they're going for there. Mazinho traditionally lurking over towards A. He'll be through ramp or palace. They send him over towards B to help sell that fake with a flash forward. DGT, it's a messy spray with the new addition. He's done the hard work.
Don't give Senzu an AK in space, and an opportunity to take Jules. Davideus loses his head. Now Bogdan Flora's put the AWP on Bigu. Should be fine. Quick one tap to the head. I'm telling you now, though, Senzu's not feeling that playoff wobble anymore. Well, he's looking like his old self.
Let's see if we can bring life to this game. He was the fire starter against FaZe yesterday. It's a couple of nice shots. They're getting into things, starting to warm in, but this is still a 4-0 start.
Yeah, they're looking very calm, very composed to start from Pain. A CT start feels very leisurely when you pick up the pistol.
Well, when you look at it, Mirage, it's a map that both of these teams haven't really played an awful lot of in their major campaign so far. 2 for Pain, both against VP. 1 for Mongols against FaZe just yesterday. Back into the guns. Might slow down the pace right now and go a bit more for a default spread, but aggressive middle from Davideus. Is there a flash to facilitate the fight?
It's a nade instead. He breaks the smoke. Davideus, actually, no, excuse me, he actually sails past it. So perhaps he was just looking to kind of catch any early progressions and will back away. Oh, into the Senzu AK. That's a lovely start. He brings that second round or the previous round energy straight into the round 5. An opening kill. Mongols must convert this.
This is more what we saw against FaZe, right? They were getting the mid control, then the second wave of utility, blitz in through the underpass, smoke and deep con, window smoke as well, but the NQZ AWP over towards B could be the difference maker.
You're right. Sure, it's not going to be an opening kill this time, but it definitely could be a closing double. Interesting, the AWPer, solo B, but throws the smoke.
Worried about Cat, the slip is in.
Yeah, and they're going to see that as an invitation. They're actually pushing straight through that smoke. NQZ, they're past his sideline. He's feeling so much pressure. Relieves a little. Takes down Mzinho. Swing it on around to find out. NQZ, an explosion of brilliance. They're coming at him from every angle, and he hits them. The impact reverberates in the Moody center. Blitz in the clutch. Half health after his first engagement, can't handle DGT, and he's tapping his chest. He's letting him know. Introduces himself to an arena. In a semi-final matchup up against favorites, Mongols.
Mara's going to take the tactical timeout. There's been quite the pace to this. That was the first default round, only the second rifle round. Sure, it's 5-0. But the next gun round, make sure 9-10 can get that AWP in his hands.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Took on Simple yesterday, won that head-to-head.
And you need something to counter this NQZ explosion. Let's see this one again. Senzu gets a lovely opener.
Felt like a pre-fire,
yeah,
didn't
that's
it?
my face too. And then this one, when he slips past Mzinho screaming, careful shot, it doesn't matter. Oh, and the third is just, mwah, chef's kiss.
Pins 9-10's head to the back of the wall.
An iconic spot for Brazilian AWPers.
Yeah, and the heart on display today. They are going to buy in, so there'll be no AWP come next gun round. They're going to fight for this right now, Mongols. They're going to put their firepower on display. Oh. Window smoke and a leg shot through. Unconfirmed damage.
Yeah, Senzu limping, but still with Blitz up in mid, there is a little bit of a window of opportunity. Lots of friction here. NQZ, he's been spotted. 9-10 anticipates the push though. Despite the flashbang, he's not going to get a thing. NQZ sets him up. Mzinho slips out the palace. Needs a quick one tap. There's two on his screen. And Techno there in support. Forces him away. Mzinho in combination makes it a 3-on-3. A smoke to play around, but Mzinho pushes through. Big Zero slips past. Where did he go? Nobody knows. They can't find him. Senzu's on the crawl, that leg shot doesn't seem to stop him because a blindside headshot. There's the fade, that's the frag, and a clutch for Davideus. Oh my God, he could do it, you know. Oh, Dink as well, a single point of health in it, and that's how Mongols get there first.
They put a stop to the run with their brute force, their aim on display, light on YouTube, but hitting shots, taking a pause, and adding around to that tally.
Chad, this is such a brawl.
This is what we want to see. All bets are off in this one.
1 minute 33, we're fighting. Oh, and a dink as well. Techno has secured Mongols their first. Is it the first of many?
Let's see, the Pride of Mongolia can make a dent right now. Money already wavering. NQZ cannot get out the AWP. 5-7 for Snoke, Mac 10 for 9-10. A execute.
Feels like there's a lot of bodies to receive this. Senzu is going to be the spearhead. Clears through. Trying to see what they can find at long range. Mac 10's good success to start.
Might be considering the save.
You might be, especially now with the smokes completely obfuscating the site. You're already a man down. Cut your losses.
And get out of dodge. And a moment for us to reflect. The crowd knows what that means. Go back to Cluj. Towards the start of the year, Coware still in that Pain roster. These two teams locking horns, the only head-to-head between Mongols and Pain in 2025. 3 maps, 2 of them went overtime. This evening could be a bit of a delight if we keep this up. So far, Brawly CounterStrike, individuals on display.
My favorite.
And the hunt isn't going to net 9-10 anything, so straight in towards an A execute. 5-2, 3-round gap. That save keeps them threatening into the next. Don't invest anything with the loss bonus getting injected. 2,400 to follow up.
Oh, there's a clear intention off of the rip here, Chad.
Well, okay, from A to B. The Alexi V special. Let's top mid, selling this peppered down. 2 HP. Blitz needs to stay alive. Setting up for the B execute.
There's no one home apart from this double on short side, so no one can get close enough.
But it's the 5-7.
Yeah, it's not the weapon for the job. Blitz
so
through
low.
mid, but Davideus has had his attention drawn. He turns around. That's the snow test, and the 5-7 does connect. Hold on, hold your horses. We're losing Mongols. 9-10 and Senzu half health. Good overextension from Snow. Senzu will dispatch of him. Suspicious smokes onto the site. Big Uzera trying to time his next engagement. He goes looking for answers, and that might be the end of him. That's what 9-10's hoping for. Found a sweet spot, jumps up! And 9-10 just hits a cracker!
See you later, DGT. Oh, he's coming back.
Is he?
Looks like he's getting away. What's the fight? DGT not giving this one over just yet.
Yeah, he can back his aim on this one. Senzu likely to give him that quick flick. Oh, gets info! And he's still alive and kicking. Does he want to reposition? Does he want to give it up? He ain't having any of it.
Calm down, save coming through, but the crowd was just chanting Senzu's name. He's the one with the superstar status, or meant to be.
I feel
Senzu
like
Fable. Let's see if it can deliver today.
Not only Senzu, but I mean 9-10 is the one that I feel has never been in the conversation for disappearing in playoffs. Maybe an off game, but this guy just doesn't seem impervious to pressure.
And that shot right there bowed them out of a tough 2v2.
Yeah, really not easy. You're not pre-aiming that on the jump up. That's just reactions. An off angle from Big Uzera, but it doesn't work out. 2v2 goes 2v1, goes 3-5.
Snow under a lot of pressure here. I agree with your sentiment of the overextension.
This one.
Yeah, he's really just overplayed his hand there, so a great shot, and there's that adjustment from 9-10. So getting it done on the rifles, not using the AWP just yet, until now. Orb out for 9-10, not the same for NQZ. This one has had a quiet tempo about it. Will we continue this type of pace? Or now that the Orb's in the mix, will they slow things down? Are they aware that they have the sniper advantage? Rash utility towards mid. 9-10 across the island box, poking up for the short fight. Standard CT hold right now. The only difference is the AWPer, NQZ with a rifle playing Joker towards A. Highlighted here in Sandwich. Mago overlooked with the execute. Techno through ramp, Mazinho through Palace. The other two still parked in mid. With 1:20 on the clock, plenty of time to reroute. The key for this, Payne, how long can you hold on to your block utility? 3 smokes, a couple of incendiaries and flashes left over. With 1 minute left, you might want to start spilling those forward to make Mongols' time for map control a little bit harder.
Techno blocked.
Davideus from Cat could be a round winner right now. Oh,
Davideus not a round winner at all. He's actually an opening death. Significant damage.
All on DGT.
They all collapse. Yeah, DGT left on his own. And Mongols, that's the most convincing we've seen out of them so far. Just a flurry of frags in unison.
Everyone's favorite 4-letter word right now for Snow. Has to save again, but the loss bonus is starting to build. 2,900 into the next will mean a partial. You have to get that NQZ AWP back out. Set it for both teams.
Yeah.
Mongols broke through without it. There's that love that they were getting back in Dallas just a few weeks ago. Carried through to Austin. Slayed FaZe yesterday, sent Elige home, but still enjoying what this underdog or dark horse, they've been a top 5 team of the season, has to offer.
I really like, actually, Blitz in the interview saying that he was confused as to why they weren't seen as the favorite in that FaZe affair, claiming they've been top 5 all season long. But playoffs has always been a different kettle of fish for the Mongols. Not today, taking down their biggest stage scalp in FaZe in that quarterfinal.
Yeah, breakthrough match, and right now the pressure is on Payne. Rick's on the mic. A coach that throughout this season has had to stand in. Payne have had their woes. This has not been an easy season whatsoever, one that I would frame of disappointment. roster changes, medical issues, visa issues, academy players, and the coach having to get on the mouse and keyboard.
It made it hard to place them.
Definitely so, but this late resurgence, this pop-off, this first time in the major playoffs for Pain.
I think it was Jane who said it best, is just that if you want to win a major, you just have to play the best CounterStrike every single game, and Pain have played an awful lot of them, as well as the Mongols, to get hit. It's about peaking at the right time.
One of these two. With 5 fresh faces in the major grand final tomorrow against Vitality, but this is just a partial. Couple of upgrades, another M4 in the mix. Pistols, SMGs, enough goodies to trip Mongols over.
Snow has a little look. 910 is just through that top smoke, and Senzu crawling towards that Delpen angle for short side, spots out the booster. Gets out, NQZ safe. That's what 910's waiting for. Snow wants answers, he just gets a bullet into his chest. Orp draws first blood. Already the potency of this half-buy has wavered.
At least they've been able to salvage that M4, so picked up by Big Uzera. Bit of a playmaker himself, the in-game leader, but they're going in towards a B split. Upcat into Davideus and NQZ. Big Uzera will be there from market. 3 to contribute.
Yeah, DGT pushing T-Spawn has given the info to Gamble.
Blitz, though, he's...
Oh, wow, Mzinho's clears. They thought it was covered, and I think Davideus is going to be a bit upset. He didn't communicate that gap.
Safety net a blitz.
Yeah, it's perfect. The flank comes in. Big Uzera gets absolutely nothing. Empty hands as Mongols definitely returning to their form we saw in the quarters. It's been a run now of 5 to match the output of Pain.
So only 8 kills in the last 5 rounds. There has definitely been a momentum shift. See if they can keep it flawless. It's 7 into the halftime break for the Mongols. Heard the jersey's sold out.
Yeah, not surprised.
Techno on the hunt with a Glock. So, look, you're going to gain nothing other than some kill bonus from this frag, and Techno isn't going to get out of there. Grabs his gun. The scouting mission complete. And the best you'll have, Mr. DGT, is just that MP9. Likely to see Snow drop the AWP to NQZ right now. Had that impactful moment earlier in the piece over towards the B site. Right now, let's see if he gets stuck into the mix and looks for a fight. Can't even get a head-to-head against 910, who found the opener in this very round.
I mean, this clear, look at the timing. He just turned away. And Big Uzera, he was looking in the right direction, but Blitz just too quick on the trigger. I love it. 10,000 Americans cheering for a group of Mongolians.
Oh. This double AWP again from Mongo, this time on the T side. We've seen it come out a bit. On the T side, I think this is the first. Let's see if they can stick the landing this time. It hasn't really worked for them. Because of that, could be poor info, right? You think, okay, he's taken a few shots mid. Well, that's 910. No, he's over towards B, searching for that push, seeing if there's a jump spot, trying to catch something.
It's the calculated manipulation of the expectation.
And when the funds are there and you know you can buy into the next round, why not take that little bit of a chance? Now pivoting back, NQZ's AWP has been at ticket this entire round. On trash collection there for Techno. Good man. Bet he has a tidy room. The smokes are being deployed. DGT up on the balcony. Davideus jungle. Big Uzera at window. And the aforementioned NQZ over towards ticket. The stack is in the right place. How good is the U2? 50 seconds. Walk on ramp, gonna play behind this. No smokes left for the CT side.
Feels like they've been well timed. DGT is going for an all-in positional. He's gonna be exposed. Oh, he does well, dips away, and in combination, actually draws blood. Catches Techno on the advance. They're spamming at him through that ramp smoke. Spots the head of Mzinho, pushing through, misreads his reposition. Mzinho breaking into the site. Forced into the angle. Oh, NQZ, perfect. Doesn't overreact, doesn't panic. Oh. That's an overextension, and he peeks in as well. Oh, Snow, he had a little look, showed his face, and quickly turns tail. It's asking a lot of young Snow. Woof! Senzu, top form. They keep this running. From 5-0, they now take the lead.
I think it's a great demonstration of the time to kill the Mongols players there. We catch everything from the death of the CTs.
Yeah.
Bang, dead, bang, dead, bang, dead. No chance, no opportunity to get into the mix. Yeah, the firepower on display, but it's not just about that. Right now, Blitz outmaneuvering this CT side. 6 straight rounds. Can they make it 7? The momentum has shifted.
Senzu's so brave, by the way. Just straight dry, taking duels. If you want to fight me window, let's go.
Real Pain really need this going into the second half.
You're right. Just a little reminder of how it started. And hang on, Big Azera's managed to get an opening kill onto Senzu. The man with the hot hand.
He keeps pushing. He's not backing down. Leader.
Oh, dangerous game being played against the 9-10 sniper.
At least I like that he showed himself. It's going to make it a little bit more treacherous for Blitz and 9-10 to take this.
Ooh, DGT. Under scrutiny, Mzinho wards him away. They double swing him. Bigu goes down and now a 4-on-4, and it's looking rather tough with a back exposed. What a gap.
That's Snow. That's the Beholder.
How does that inform the finish? Look at DGT, somehow still alive. A spread of the flame puts him on 16. 9-10 holds as Mzinho starts his investigations of that short side. NQZ can put himself straight in the vice and it will just slam shut. 9-10's patience and prowess on display. Davideus a response. DGT trying to keep him busy. Bomb needs to be picked up. Tekno re-advancing and just sidelines them. He's chosen good moments for these fights and nothing here for Davideus. Bomb maneuvers through, but I think the lesson we've learned is that the Mongols were just a bit of a cold start.
Bomb starts to get across. Davideus hanging around. 17 seconds left on the clock. Here's the transition. Needs to play ahead of this.
Ooh, good shot on the first. Oh! Nearly had another. 7 consecutive rounds. Mongols trying to make a statement to start the semi-finals.
Bes, need ko umuwi sa amin. Namatay kasi yung lolo ko eh. Pwede ba akong umiram ng pera sa'yo para makabili ng painting?
Saturday evening, live from the Moody Center, Austin, Texas. A packed out arena to witness 5 fresh faces locking themselves in for a CounterStrike Major Grand Final tomorrow! Accept. I'm sure Pain is struggling to accept the way that first half went. A flying start, 5-0. It comes down to a 1v1, round 6. Davideus dinks Techno. Techno with 1 HP wins that clutch, and then Mongols run it for 7 straight to come into the second half of our first map of this semi-final with a 2-round advantage.
Well, let's see if it can be both pistols right now for Pain to stop that momentum and draw us back into the biff, the brawl that was the start of Mirage. Over towards A with Pace, and they're out.
Oh my God, immediately as it's bell rung, 9-10 on notice. Mzinho though, he's a dangerous beast with the dual Berettas under the belt. Swings on in, takes down NQZ with a nice one on the clock. Davideus has got another low, so Blitz and 9-10 holding on for a moment longer. Bigu clears him out, nice taps, hang on. Techno and Senzu making this awkward, very awkward. Oh, it was such an opportunity to wipe the slate clean, to come in with a new mindset for the second half, but Mongols catching headshots but stealing rounds.
And without the plan, 7 becomes 8 and now likely 9.
Help me digest what we just watched here, Chad. So,
well, this happened yesterday. Remember, they ran out, they gooshed players, and at phase, they still lost the round. So Mongols, it doesn't matter about the HP, they just need the headshots.
Holy. Impact from Techno, definitely not an absence or an absentee in this semi-final.
Not going to force, understandably so. So the eco gives us a moment to catch our breath. We have Anubis coming up next. Blitzko's looking, but how far does he pry around the corner? The chess master. Going to siphon through the CT utility, or at least they hope so. It's a bit of a French tactical timeout being taken. Journey for Pain has been one to witness. Win against Furia, a bit of a statement piece. And neither team in a rush right now. That nade might do some decent damage.
Oh, just at the doorstep.
You know Blitz wants some more.
Oh, especially with an MP9. Why not? Let's get some extra cash to splash. $600 a pop. 9-10 will chip in as well. You wouldn't mind your all for having some extra funds either.
Well, Blitz could actually drop an AWP across right now. So if they want to bring out the AWP immediately, they could. Or just run the bonus round, then get out into the next. There's no real dramas in that department.
Ooh, I just watched NQZ have like a Sophie's choice of glass cannon or AK-47 with Kev. He's elected, refunds the AWP and goes AK.
Well, let's see how that reflects within the game plan. First buy round, second half. Remember, up against the bonus, so you have to worry about the aggression potential of the MP9s.
Absolutely. Quick pathing to tap. Beats Senzu.
So at the ready in case there is that fight. Searching out on A now, DGT. Not Mzinho home, he's actually playing towards Connector. 9-10 is anchoring the site for now. Mutual exchange. Trying to work for some basic map control, but quite A heavy early, at least with the presence. CT's blocker connector smoke. Muta being lined up for window now by Davideus. This one's being called off. It's a change of call. What does Big U0 not like the taste of? Rerouting over towards A. Big U0 late on the lurk, likely to come through underpass. Retooling with the util, setting up for this A finish. Remember 9-10, he's the one on the site. Big U0 even going to head all the way back towards top middle now.
This one's got to land for Payne.
9-10's on the side on his own.
Yeah, he's actually just used half his magazine as well. Won't have a chance to reload now because the pressure is on its way. Davideus trying to enter into the side, gets that elevated spot. Quick flick from 9-10. He gets his. Oh, you can see that standoff behind the smoke. Big Uzera lingers in that con, waiting to pinch. Spots out Senzu in the window side. Oh no, the bomb's been denied. They have to block. He's putting it in. Oh! The one-man army denies Payne a must-win round. No fear. NQZ plants in the open, and Mzinho lets him know that was a mistake.
Just the understanding of the time, the pressure there, spams through, denies the bomb going down, pokes that hole, and keeps the pressure going.
8, he doesn't even relocate.
I'm coming through, says the young Mongolian.
DGT's trying to protect the president, just crouches in front, and Mzinho takes them all.
10 rounds straight. This is a statement now from the Mongols on their map choice.
Yeah, right? 5-0, and Payne, they've forgotten what winning a round feels like at this point.
Looking like a landslide unless something can be said.
Yeah, timeout time, I feel you. We'll get back in.
Can be the partial. Surely NQZ gets their AWP out into the next. Working with a couple of smokes. P250 Tech 9s. Big Uzera selling the fake over towards middle as the pop is going to be in towards B, but that's what the AWP is. He could be overrun with some good flashes.
You're right. All it takes is a missed off shot, and suddenly they become flustered and can get overwhelmed. It's Techno. 9-10 Zorb. And the easy pickup. Snow falls. Will it settle? Absolutely it will. Blitz gets another one onto Davideus. Just a consolation couple from the two of them. P250 Tech 9 for DGT. Big Uzera needed that one. Comfortable for Blitz. A triple kill from their captain. A defense of the B side, and this one is going one way fast.
Looking unleashed on the stage now, aren't they? Plenty of damn reps throughout 2025 before the Mongols made the made the playoffs of the major last year in Shanghai. And since then, they've just been running with it.
I'm sure getting to the playoffs felt like an achievement in itself initially.
And the conversation yesterday was, were those losses in playoffs learnings? And apparently so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're looking comfy out here. Well, last-ditch attempt for Payne. 4 straight rounds on the CT side now. No plants to their name.
Yeah, they haven't even been able to get into these bomb sites. They've been held at the door.
So they want to pressure Techno. He doesn't have the support of 9-10 this time, but his partner in crime, Mr. Senzu. It's the traditional B side up.
You know, this is a bit avant-garde. You don't see this all too often.
Well, there's no pressure towards middle, so why the hell not bunker down on the sites? Back to everybody's favorite. Now they get the mid control.
Yeah, they give them a lot of room here, Mongols.
Plenty of utility right now for Payne to try and grab connector or short. Get the deep con smoke here, molly towards short, take the space. There's the con smoke. Have a window redeploy. Oh, spotted and just nade in the hand. Easy for Blitz. Wow. And he's going to double up with a perfect flash.
Shot turn, Techno. He puts the cherry on top, puts Snow on notice. 4 HP for the young gun. Bench angle, impossible to get past, but Snow and NQZ, they'll knife out and retreat.
In fact, you're saving right now, and it's about to be the 12th round.
Yep. Wow.
It's just come crumbling down around Payne, hasn't it? What a great start. The momentum was there. The fire was there. NQZ was out of his seat. Triple kill on the AWP.
Yeah, but I mean, Mongols didn't disappear. They didn't cower in fear.
And everybody's contributing right now for the Mongols.
It's a full spread. There's like, what, 2 kills, 3 kills between top and bottom? That's
They
lose it all as well!
After time!
After time, Chad. They got nothing. They've got absolutely nothing. A couple of ball caps, a pog in their pockets.
That's sending you out the door. Get ready to have your discussion for Anubis. There's the flash, and here's the swing. Big Yuzera just sitting there, Nate, in his hand, and Blitz doubles up.
Mate, the team play, and they really sour the mood further. You thought they couldn't make you feel any more helpless. How is $0 Glock into the next round?
Stew in that.
Whoa.
Take your tactical timeout. This is only their second in this landslide of 12 consecutive rounds, but what are you going to do? You can't buy anything. You've been given a flash.
Congrats.
Have fun with that.
Wow.
Shell-shocked.
A full team effort from the Mongolian side, and it looks that Mirage, their home territory, has been a very comfortable start in their semi-final campaign. Will it be perfect? Will it be 13 in a row from Mongols to take map 1? Ouch. Oh, a missed shot from the AWP. That's a difference. Senzu, though, has made no secret of his presence on the short side. Blitz burrows into the smoke. He is surrounded. He is surrounded, and Snow only had a Glock. Still pulls the trigger, still did some damage. DGT brings him down. 3-on-3 and all to play for. Techno versus NQZ. This is a big head-to-head, and NQZ doesn't even pull the trigger in time. Emzinho dispatches a Damadeus. A 13-round run. Pain by name, pain by nature. Agonizing way to start the semi-finals. Mongols flourish on the big stage.
6 rounds straight to close this one down on the CT side. They got the opening kill in every single one. This Dark Horse, the reputation is earned. And just one more map, Vitality await in that grand final. And you've got to feel good about that. They look at home in Austin.
They really do. The comfort levels. I want to bring your attention to that frag distribution again. Just everyone. I will say Mazinho is a standout. The impact with that MP9 denial of the bomb. He does have a couple of extra frags, but everyone, Techno, Senzu, some of these previous absentees in their playoff games, and those individuals are online in a very big way.
Emzinho, Mongols, doing it right here, running back all the rounds. Emzinho, tell me how you feel, buddy.
I'm feeling good. We are up to 1-0. And try our best at second map. Yeah.
You guys think you can close it out here, though? Can you tell me and make us all believers that the Mongols can do it right here and right now?
Can you second?
Can you make us all believers that the Mongols can do it right now?
Can you second? Yeah, we will win here. We come to here to win. Yeah.
They came for one thing and one thing only, and the Mongols are doing a damn good job of it so far. We talked about it, Pain starting 5-0 up, but then Mongols put their foot on the throat of the South Americans. 13-5 is how this one ends, Jason. That was nasty.
Yeah, and give some respect to it because it's Techno who wins that. The long-standing Mongols who's been next to Blitz wins that clutch that ignites that entire run. That's a crazy turnaround. As I mean, I did start to feel nervous in those first 5 rounds. I was just like, oh no, Mongols, please don't do this to us. You've just gotten here. You don't have to be like this.
I was exactly the same, you know. I walked back from an injury and I saw the 05. I was like, please, Mongols, not do this. You're also the fan favorite. Now, come on, please bring it back. And now we're 13 in a row.
Yeah, then it looked nice and easy from there. So it took them a minute, but they woke up. That's a fantastic game. Obviously, Mazinho, the babyface killer, putting in a shift.
It's crazy, just considering like how young he is as a player, right? The fact that he's shaken off any nerves in this series and put on a show for us on
Well, I mean, it's been a while now, but it's also kind of cool in the sense that when Mazinho joined this team, watching him because he was one of the first people that were like, oh yeah, we plucked him out of like a random land center in Mongolia, and we're watching the game and we're like, yep, it looks like you picked him up out of her. But like his transformation from when he joined this team to right now is incredible, and it's awesome to see him on the big stage leading the way for Mongols.
I remember my first time. Well, they were not called the Mongols at that time. They were called IHC, and I got to play them at an RMR in Bucharest at one point.
Yeah.
And I remember that these were 5 guys from Mongolia, and these guys could play CounterStrike. It's like, where did these guys come from? You know, and now all of a sudden they found themselves now 1 map away from making the grand finals. And you know, it's such an interesting team with such an interesting story, and I love the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's so cool watching them what they're doing and watching what it means in Mongolia. But I mean, this team has just quickly become so much fun to watch because they have taken like those early strengths of incredibly talented, inexperienced players, incredibly aggressive players, and then with the help of Coach Mara, they've been able to build in some game planning, some actual fundamentals, some different approaches to the game. Now they've got a very deep playbook. They've got a very deep roster where multiple people can deliver impact for you. And now that they're figuring out the stage as well, it's like, okay, well, I guess you're just one of the best teams in the world.
And this is not the first time that I have seen the Mongols actually play well as a team, you know, where everyone actually steps up. It's just not one guy that decides to carry. They can take turns doing it, but when they do it like collectively inside the team, that is where they shine, and this is exactly what they managed to pull off. Everyone was throwing it in, they were making plays, going through the smokes, they knew when to go for the aggressiveness, they knew when to fall back. There were so many strings they could play on.
I'm just trying to imagine you and the rest of Astralis back in the day just being like, who the hell are these Mongolians? It cracks me up for some reason. Best team in the world, and you're like, who the fuck are the Mongolians?
Yeah, but they were so cool, they came out of nowhere, and now all of a sudden they're here.
It's crazy, right? And you made such an apt point that it wasn't just one individual shining bright for the Mongols. We've got to see a combined package there. Both Mazinho, Techno. Let's throw Senzu's name into the mix, because why not? He's really shown up at this major.
Yeah, he has. I mean, obviously the record-setting game that he had against G2, obviously had a big game yesterday. His Mirage kind of started slow yesterday, and he picked it up. Today was great, pretty much throughout the whole thing. And this is what's kind of cool. Like, in a different year, like if this is last year, right, or maybe even earlier this year, they go down 0-5 like this on a stage in the semifinals, and you have no belief they're going to bring it back. You're kind of just like, okay, well, this is how things usually go for the Mongols. This year they'd only beaten a couple. They'd beaten Aurora twice on LAN, one other win on LAN, or on a big stage, I should say. Excuse me. But now you're seeing them able to bounce back both on a team level and an individual level from slow starts, and it's just super impressive. It's getting harder to find the gaps in this team.
And they have, they have a lot of faith in Senzu, obviously. And he was also very good in the beginning of the series. Then he cooled off a little bit, and that's where you saw the rest of the players stepping it up. You know, he had created the path. He created the pathway for them to get back into the game, and then from there on, the rest of the guys just picked it up. But obviously, Senzu is a big talking point alongside 9-10. You know, a couple of guys that are really shown that they can bring some really big heat to the stage, and it's just great to see.
Confidence has been so key for the Mongols to be growing towards this very stage. So take a look at a round where confidence was indeed shown in the server. We got round 15, which is just, dare I say, a little bit obnoxious from the Mongols to be closing this one out.
But this is just what I touched on before. You know, that Mongols, they just know how to play things around. They understand how to get off and play the situation. You get to see the first kill, and Mausin just gets in. He knows he kills the bomb, jumps through the smokes, and he actually creates such a diversion, but the diversion doesn't matter. He just kills both of them. If Mancini wouldn't have gotten those kills, the siege aggression coming afterwards, them aligning, looking at the clock, it's exactly the right play.
Yeah, and I mean, you love seeing someone make a play like this because actually, regardless of what Mazinho accomplishes, that's like a winning play no matter what. As you're saying, take the attention away. Your teammates in CT are going to get the kill. So Mazinho actually just makes a play where it's like, no matter what happens, I just won the round.
Yeah, it could be totally selfish and get the kills, or be totally selfless and let my teammate get the kills. Let's put the shoe on the other foot just for a second.
The timeline's pretty crazy.
It's nasty.
Like, it's so heartbreaking, because if you're paying, right, your fires are up, like, yeah, we're feeling ourselves on this stage. We're going to give it to the Mongols. And then it just stops. Nothing you do works.
Do we call this like a technical 13-0? You know, it can actually be a 13-0.
I was actually thinking about that. I was thinking it.
Cosmetic 13-0? How do we...
We'll figure it out. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we need to add that to the dictionary. But Dupree, like, not to put you under pressure here, but like, I imagine you've maybe been in some situations earlier on in your career when this may or may not have happened to you. A great start, and then it just seems like you're running into a brick wall round after round after round.
I've tried to be on both sides of the equation, I believe, in my career, where nothing seems to work, and then all of a sudden everything seems to be working.
Yep.
And, you know, it's tough because you go up 5-0 and you feel like, hey, God, we got this. You know, maybe it's actually a situation where Pain maybe got a little bit too comfortable around the things. You know, I actually saw some emotions on the Mongol side when they were down, and when they started winning, they knew that the rounds they were getting back-to-back was so instrumental for them getting back in the game. I think it was Techno raising his fist, you know, being very emotional about what was happening, because they knew that is what they needed. Because if they would only have won round 6, making it 5-1, they would still have found themselves in a situation where their economy was not on the backside. But obviously, it's always tough when you go up 5-0 and you don't have like your way back in the game. You lose 13 rounds in a row, and you think to yourself, how do we lose that much?
Yeah. I mean, it can also, like, those are moments, too, where, like, I don't know if you ever experienced, I'm assuming you have as well, the game almost feels like it goes really fast all of a sudden.
Yep.
Like, you're up 5-0, and then you look at the scoreboard, and it's 5-3, and next you know it's 5-5.
Yep.
And the rest of the game is just like a flash, because it's like you don't really know what's going wrong. You're just trying to solve it, and then before you know it, like, it's completely out of control.
Was there anything that you could pinpoint that did, you know, actually go wrong for Pain? Or was this just a case of Mongols powering up and just Pain, you know, not having the wealth of experience, the wealth of firepower to actually put a halt to it?
Obviously, it's hard to dive into detail in terms of what specifically went wrong, looking like if you dive into the team itself, but obviously not from a player perspective. I think it's just a matter of fact that Mongols just decided to show up. You know, they won some very crucial rounds in back-to-back and got back into the economy. And I think maybe Pain, the best one I could probably throw at them was that they took it a little bit too light. You know, they were like, hey, we're up 5-0, everything looks good, guys. Maybe we're actually about to go into the grand final. And then all of a sudden they got like a realization check and think, okay, these guys can actually fight back. Yeah. And that is maybe where they made a small mistake. And that's also where like the experience is maybe lacking a little bit of Pain. That, you know, when they find themselves having such a lead and then all of a sudden things start to go wrong, is there a lack of communication or is there a lack of the way we approach the game?
Well, either way, there is a chance for Pain to be bouncing back, but they are going to need to do this fast. Their map pick of Anubis awaits on the other side of this break.
This is what the CounterStrike Major is all about. I got Cameron here, I got Sanjay here. They didn't know each other before this event. It's both of their first time at a CounterStrike event. Just tell me, what made you want to come to the Major?
Oh, I've always wanted to come to a CS event. Just the community is so nice, it's so perfect. So it's such a great event, and I'm glad I made a friend here.
Oh, you definitely made a friend. You probably made a friend for life. I hope you guys will be playing some CounterStrike together. Sanjay, how has this been for you, man? Your first event, what's the experience been like?
Oh my God, it's amazing. I love it. You know, I love CounterStrike so much. Seeing everybody love CounterStrike and all in one place, it's so amazing. The crowd is loud, the energy is there, the excitement's there. This CounterStrike.
Are you going to be playing CounterStrike with your new friend when you get home?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hell yeah. This is what I love. Play CounterStrike together, enjoy the moments together. Guys, how are we doing? It's a party wherever we go here.
Hi buddies, we've got a new game to play. It was born to be famous. It is a multiplayer MMO mobile game, developed by a legendary developer based on
Anubis is the second map here, so Mongols, they're coming into this game a little bit hot because they actually beat FaZe yesterday. And the reason why they won was because of their risky but calculated aggression. So let's take a look at this round right here. 9-8 for FaZe, and what you're going to see here initially is just the double peek here towards that window position. Very uncommon. They find 2 kills here. Techno comes here towards that E-box side, finds a kill as well. Now this play is actually quite unconventional because normally you don't see anybody peek from this window side towards the canal side. So there's obviously a bit more detail here, so let's get into it. So the first part of this strat is when they come in towards this window side, of course they throw a smoke here to provide them cover so they can facilitate the window peek in the first place. Now the second thing here is actually Techno. When he comes in here towards E-box, he tosses a deep, wide flash. Now this flash is important because even if you're standing further back as a T, you'll still get blinded from this flash. With this flash, it helps facilitate the players up top because with this flash, it doesn't blind them. It lands way behind them. That allows them to peek without having to really worry about getting blinded. And at the same time, the Ts, they have to be facing forward. They're going to be blinded from this. This allows them to pull off a triple peek. Now, if you look at this from Kerrigan's point of view, because that flash comes in, he has to turn. He has to turn, and that's why he gets caught in the back. At the same time, you'll see that Liege, when he comes in, he gets blinded because he's facing forward. This triple peek is just so effective because of that. Now, the second part of the strat is actually the fact that 9-10 throws this deep smoke here towards the stairs side. Now, this smoke basically blocks out any Ts who are playing towards the stairs side, and it prevents them from really being able to cover these players that are coming up towards the canals. At the same time, though, Senzu also tosses these 2 flashes here at A main. And what this does ultimately is for an Opera who's a little bit further back, if they cross towards the smoke towards the right side, they're going to get blinded if they try to peek towards canals. You'll see from Simple's point of view here, as he comes in, he sees the smoke popping, forces him towards this right side area. Then when he tries to re-peek, that's when he gets flashed. And that's why he can't help his teammates. And these openings are what makes Mongo so special on this map. So if we watch this back again, you can see all the details. The smoke here towards the back side to allow them to go for the window peek in the first place. Then Techno's flash, deep flash here towards that left side, blinds anybody here towards that canal's position. There's 9-10 smoke here towards the right side, and then there's Senzu's flashes towards the left side so that nobody towards the back can actually peek. And that's why Mongols are able to beat FaZe, is because of this risky but calculated aggression that let them get the win. We'll have to see if Pain can be able to handle this.
I really appreciate this breakdown from the Mahone zone because begs the question to me, Jacob, why do you think Pain then picked this map against the Mongols when they've got little tricks of the trade like this?
Yeah, but they themselves have had a bit of success on the map during this tournament. Coming into it, they lost it 4 times in a row, Mari, and we thought to ourselves, Pain on Anubis, probably not a good combination. So far this tournament, though, they played it twice. They beat Nemiga 13-8, and they beat Furia 13-8. So Pain themselves have been looking great on Anubis so far. Man on your screen, NQC in particular, have stepped it up with the AWP, part of all the opening duels. So as much as I want to praise the Mongols for making that comeback versus FaZe yesterday and winning Anubis, I think Pain so far in this tournament have looked better.
What scares me about Pain going for the Anubis pick is that, to me, yes, they have been doing well on the map, but I think it's more down to the individuals. Yeah. I feel like NQZ had some pop-off moments, but really, David Deus was incredibly clutch versus Furia. I think he won 4 separate clutches in a single half, and I mean, all credit to him. The Chilean guy is really like carrying the torch for that region, but usually he's known as being like this Patagonian trailblazer, not some guy that's just all camped up clutching in the Andes. Like, it doesn't make any sense the way that they beat Furia to me, and I don't know if they can actually replicate what they did the other day.
The Chilean who, Maui? You might get a few cheers in the arena if you say his name.
The Chilean Elige? It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
They may have forgotten about it.
I'm moving away from that nickname.
Keep working.
We're moving away from that. The Patagonian Trailblazer. That's what he is now.
That's his new nickname. You bring up a good point there, Jacob, but I'm putting Nemiga, Furia, and the Mongols in a completely separate categories, right? Is that not fair to say?
I think that's fair to say. I think the Mongols have shown us that they, obviously on Mirage, were the better team. They had the better individuals. I think so far in this tournament, they've also gotten better and better. Whenever I see Mongols play, I feel like they're growing into the tournament, the individuals, and this young squad, we cannot forget it. If they win this map, if they win this game, they will be the youngest ever team to make a major final. So I'm feeling they're growing into the tournament, and I'm 100% agree with what you're seeing on the screen right here, Freya. Mongols being heavy favorites according to the odds as well.
Is it over? Is it over for Pain? Is this the last foray we see of them in Austin?
You want the short answer?
Go on.
Yes.
Well, we do need to dive into their chosen ground of Anubis to see if that becomes the reality. Let's get into map number 2.
All right, Austin. All right, you. You, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. At home, watching this CounterStrike match, I ask and call upon you. This is a legendary moment for all 10 people on that stage. I guarantee that new faces walk into the grand final tomorrow. And all I ask is you put yourself in their shoes, you pick a team, and you make some fucking noise! We're witnessing a dream realized before our very eyes for just 5 on that stage! Let's go, Austin!
Three towards A on the defense. NQZ with the support of David Diaz and DGT. Call this one 9Z.
That's nice. It has to be a strong start, right? I mean, it was on Mirage as well, but this feels compulsory with the momentum Mongols have. Okay, they test him. He'd have liked a whole lot more. Chip in from DGT, puts Techno down, gets that belated trade. Info from Senzu, spots 2 doing the flashbang dance on the A site.
Bombs pivoting, Blitz cutting them off with the pass here, through towards middle. Wants to be a thorn in their side. And also get some interesting sound cues. Pain got their secret weapon. The drums are back in the building. Snow up to bat. Dual Berettas and Senzu denied. 9-10 and Blitz in combination.
Oh, Blitz. He wanted to be the late piece, but was forced by that catch from Snow to make and move.
Impossible now for 9-10. Give it a go. Has been noted. A couple of pot shots on the Glock, but now they can all just triangulate on his position, and this will be the pistol round for Pain. And Snow, we saw that roar before. 13 straight now stopped. Strong starts. Is that all you got, or can you push this one the distance? Your map choice now. Flash turned. The opening there. The setup sticks the landing. Bomb doesn't go down, but we are about to see a force spy out of Mongols. Not with immediate pace. And take their time on this one. Two towards A, Davideus mid, Big Zero and Snow on B. This is the traditional setup. DGT's the A anchor, NQZ's the AWPer. He'll be here, there and everywhere. Another baskets play. DGT not playing anti right now, has NQC overseeing business with the M4. Block smoke, stalls the play, but they can creep into this.
Yeah, it's tempting, isn't it? They might just underhand a flash and go. DGT would eat that. They will. Turns and returns with one. Just the one, because Mzenia was already passed. He removes NQZ. DGT. Oh, it doesn't matter. He'll take all 3. Mzenia flies into the site. A second round force by, and Pain immediately return to that familiar discomfort on this big stage. Short-lived celebrations, party crashed immediately by the Mongolian horde.
Just can't come that easily.
Too easy.
Yeah, that's it.
What's he done? Well, he just strolled through the smoke.
The T-side map, so let's see how many they're able to accrue here. Great way to kick things off, more confidence for this young buck. I think he's everybody's favorite Counter-Strike player. How can't you love that face?
And that personality, guy's a sweetheart.
Oh, will they round the corner? Big Zera and Snow reside in their spawn. Bomb goes off, rounds now dotted, and we're all tied at 1-1. We'll have to be the force by back the other way, but limitations. But let's see if Pain can play to the beat of the drum. Brazilian flavor in Austin. Look at that, all the space that he was making. Just sucks it up and takes the life out of Pain in that one. M4 saved, 3 MP9s, 5-7. Weapons that pack a punch. Nade through, nobody home. Harassment utility.
I know it's not cut and dry like this, Chad, but I just can't help but feel that Pain need to immediately start fighting back.
It has to stay a brawl. If right now the dam breaks open and a flood of rounds accrued for Mongols, will be the eco into the next. And that's going to sting.
Okay, a little bit of info. Something about Senzu is how stubborn he is for that con position. He's constantly asking questions of this con defender, Big Uzera, in this instance.
Flash, but no follow through. Techno at the ready, starting to clamp down for a B split. DGT, Davideus, and NQZ probably feel like they have to start pushing. This B bomb site is on an island. Big Zero and Snow have no support.
Oh, they've even managed to catch DGT asking questions outside A main. Mazinho catches that early look, but they are still finishing into this B side. Good use of that MP9 straight through the smoke, and that's what Snow's doing too. He has to go. That's a pure Hail Mary. There are 3 players on the other side of that, and you're just hoping a single flashbang's caught all 3.
I'll do it again. Hold on to your taste of victory. 1 round.
After what, 13 in a row?
1 out of the last 16.
Yeah, there you go. Quick math.
5-7 and MP9, they're not the most glorious of saves, are they?
Yeah, you'd love a rifle, like an overextension from the hunt, but there's no one really obliging. Blitz is in T-spawn right now. He isn't taking any risks. He looks bored. Is he bored on a semi-final stage?
Yeah, well, look, he's just taking care of business right now, isn't he?
Yeah, I suppose they'll wake up and get out of bed for the major grand final tomorrow. They can keep this up.
I think it's just a crazy season for the Mongols. Obviously, not being able to make dents in playoff games. That's been the main conversation.
But they would disappear, Chad. It was like actually, genuinely put the Mongols logo on the milk cartons. Missing. We haven't seen them.
And the thing is, nobody questions the ability of the players. It's the experience. And the only way that you can get that is by playing in environments exactly like this. So they powered up.
Yeah, it's not a loss or a mistake if you learn from it.
What's that saying? A man can be destroyed but not defeated. Right now, they just need to walk past this eco to make it a 3-1 start. Do you reckon the trumpet and the drums can get together?
Oh, they should synergize, yes.
Come on, trumpet man, get in the mix. All right, B-main push. Techno, not the weapon for the job, but maybe you'd love to farm up some Eeks. Flash from Blitz. Fight available, and there he is, Techno.
Lovely. Blitz was the safety net there. Look at Techno and Blitz, 24 points of health between the two of them. Hanging on by a thread, but the job is done. The round is won. And they're not taking any chances.
Look at Davideus, he's so worried. The map is so tiny for him. He's stuck out here towards B. There's a kill. That's on a healthy member. All right, another one of those, and we could actually talk about something a little bit crazy.
I think just the fact that they don't know where NQZ is has spooked them. They don't know where that other piece is.
It seems like he's cut off at the pass. Senzu can start investigating at some point. So here comes the push. 40 seconds. This could be a frag. And it is.
Oh, he'd have loved another through the smoke, but Blitz will find another triple. That's good output from him, taking it in turns to find impact here.
And their positions, they're reflecting exactly what you were just talking about. So not going to take any risks on this, but Blitz is leering towards middle, or was. Now pivoting back. Senzu can go in and clear B. There's plenty of utility. So playing to the beat of their own drum right now are the Mongols. One of the bigger qualms is when are we going to see this NQZ AWP? 2,400 coming into the next.
A couple of MP9 frags would have been nice.
One is all he needs.
Okay.
If he can get one and survive, he already has Kevlar. So this could be massive right now. They're coming his way.
Yeah, but clearing. Wow, the pre-aim. Mzinho, he's diligent. He's deadly.
Honestly, one kill, he gets the op. He can't have it now.
Yep.
It's not possible for this rifle round. It's going to have to be M4s or Famuses in the mix. Just to go over that CT hold again. Big Uzera and Snow on B. DGT on A, Davideus with the responsibility of mid, and then it's where do you put the loose piece of NQZ in a round like this? How are you reading the flow? The Mahone zone, highlighting some of the aggressive maneuvers that Mongols use on their CT side. What's the answer from Payne, the Brazilian core? Ooh, player up in jail.
Yeah, he's going to be tucked there. A two-man defense for B, Uzera and Snow.
All right, well now the round we can take a pause. Didn't find their opening gambit. Now they'll go through the default mid control.
Oh, Davideus, he thought he'd do a little safe strafe. Try and get some answers. Instead, he gets an AWP bullet. And Big Uzera's been brought down through the smoke. Damn, Techno, in combination with a pick from the AWP, has already put Payne into a tailspin. They haven't even committed to a site, and already the CTs find themselves Oh, in need of aggression. DGT pushes main. This time he wins the duel onto Mzinho, gives them something to work with.
Tough stance on B. NQZ needs a multi.
No, ahead of that first smoke temple. Second will block him. Util solid. Snow and NQZ. A whole team up against them. The swing from Techno, brutal! And the site is lost, the round 2. Methodical.
Oh, Blitz has just jumped straight through that smoke.
Beautiful.
Oh, he gets the info, round secure. DGT, run for the hills.
It's just flowing, isn't it?
Oh, since the pistol round, no opening frags in favor of Pain. Sure, the weapons haven't been there, but this round they were. Cut off at the pass right now, 9-10, making sure that you can't head for T-spawn. You're going to be bunkered down towards A. Senzu clearing through Temple. Techno just being extremely diligent, heading back to the bomb. Someone's always got to hang around. And the bomb, well, still got a few seconds left before it goes off. So will they be able to track him? 9-10's the only one who feels like he could peer in and deny this. Bomb goes off, round secured. Oh, and around the corner!
Oh, everything gone! There's an AWP hunting me! An AWP! Oh, they take no prisoners! Mongols know how to accelerate an advantage. This was a nasty death for Davideus. Usually probably gets away with that one, but not against the AWP today.
And 3 in the round for Techno.
Yeah, good swing, gets that info just on the other side of the pillar.
Yeah, the pathing, beautiful, right? Just drawing those crosshairs, a great understanding of the situation, and a map that they haven't played an awful lot of, only twice at the major. Both against FaZe. Looking comfy right now, and the acceleration into a partial buy. This is risky. Shows the confidence, though.
There is, yeah, I mean, no absence of that. Senzu. Escorting the AWP in, another jump spot. Not the same fate as Davideus in the previous. Snow gets to live on. Throw a smoke. Confirmation of presence. Knows 2 are towards the con position. A little bit of a walk on that bridge. 9-10 just tucked around the corner in time, but there is a gap.
Big gap.
Unlikely to translate to a round, but could translate to a dead AWP. NQZ may get one from the cold, dead hands of 9-10. Oh, he actually turned around there.
Yeah, crouch surge, but they're into B. Might just piece the round together, but now that you're blocked, that'll be that. Techno found another one through the smoke there, so another opening kill, 5 consecutive. It's all about streaks at the moment.
I will say, T-side Anubis gets a lot easier if your B lurk is constantly getting smoke spam kills.
Oh, doesn't it?
It's an important juncture of the game here. Timeout's been called.
And a good time for it. Ah, not really a smoke spam, was it? Just caught him on the cusp there. The crowd surge, informing 9-10's spin, but that gap perfectly found. Now, here's the big question. Because there are Ricks having a conversation about this CT side. You only need 4 to 5 rounds.
Right.
You have 1 to your name. Now, do we want to try and punch in with aggression, or is that too desperate? Would they be expecting that?
Is that too obvious?
Do we just play a standard round and try and set NQZ up with AWP picks? Right, we can go over towards B, you can jump up towards jail, maybe go for a con fight, set him up in A main. There's plenty of positions that NQZ could find himself. We've been referring to him as the can opener throughout this event. Fantastic in the openings for the Brazilian corp.
But it's also not a secret. Mongols know that the AWP died and was saved.
And with the loss bonus, they would have had it either way. Let's start over towards A.
Ooh,
oh, middle.
He faked you out.
U2. Now hold the line from doors. That's the molly. Didn't extinguish. Gentlemen, haven't talked this one through, so there's a gap for David.
Oh, lovely.
First opening kill.
Yeah, and he gets it from just catching a very brave standoff. Finds a safe haven behind the spread of the flame. Overlooked by Blitz and first blood drawn. Pain, a must win now. They must convert. Opening kill given to them by Davideus. Forward of the smoke, NQZ hoping to be a destabilizing presence on the crawl from Mzinho.
They've split them down the middle here is the problem. Davideus responding to this now, but is he late?
I mean, all he can do is tell them when camera is under threat. Oh, Flames, awkward. Walking, Davideus, clothesline and a missed shot from the AWP. It comes tumbling down, DGT under so much scrutiny. Hits one with the AWP, sure. Yes, a 3-on-3. Snow and Big Uzera, they're at the beach, but this is no holiday. Walking into the Mongolian sniper, and it's too easy for him. Just picks off another. Time ticking away. A well-placed nade. Do you really want to have a go, or would you rather keep what you can?
You can only save for so long. So sure, the first opening kill for Pain since the pistol. That doesn't matter. That was off the back of the timeout. They got the opener. I thought they maneuvered quite well. It's the missed shot. Mzinho coming through, punishing that of NQZ. They're going to try and hunt this down. Knife in hand, grabs a kill. Snow getting hunted, but Senzu's not going to be able to catch him. So loss bonus in the mix. There's more than enough for another buy. AWP can get dropped. Snow can drop one, and they're going to be all good in the investment. So at least they can stay threatening down the stretch. Man of culture, but how's this one? Try this on for size. Last 20 rounds of play, 1 round for Pain.
Yeah. They are starving.
We're playing Shiraz. Twist the knife?
Twist the knife was what I got from that, yep.
Twist the knife.
Oh my God, can you believe he was actually pre-aiming perfectly, and that boost did cost them 100 health. Solid HE connection.
Starting the AWP on B. Davideus on his own on mid means he has to float and help DGT if there's any A pressure.
I feel like Blitz is just so constantly taking these doors, sometimes with friends. Now you're feeling the pressure.
Straight into an A split. This is so punishing.
Davideus is already feeling like he's on an island. He's got to do so much work. DGT responsible for the 2 coming in main. Davideus on that reload could have been an invitation.
They've been blocked, so right now they might just sit, posture, and wait, because at this point you'd expect the CTs to group up and go for a bit of an info play towards middle. The bomb's actually pivoted all the way back, so a complete reroute. 9-10, set up and ready.
Yeah, because you want answers, right? You want to check if there's actually any bodies in mid, so you swing on out, and the AWP's received you. Comfortable opening kill for 9-10, and he gets another one. No, and NQZ, they've arrived, but so have the smokes. They get a momentary glimpse of the encroaching side, but Mongols take the site, take the round, and this loss streak continues.
It's just looking like a ragdolling. Again, I want to draw context back to this being the CT side of Anubis, but rounds need to start happening soon. 7, that's already great. I'd say par for the course right now for the Mongols. If they can hunt them again, which they've been very successful at, another round went through.
Why do I feel like Mzinho is going to perfectly clear this as well?
Barrel.
4-3. And again with a 9-10 hunt. You cannot emphasize that a low HP AWPer hunting is just, it's a good testify for how insane Mongols are playing right now.
Techno might catch him. This is the AWP going to be removed. Sure, he's got cash in the corner. He just run on down.
Look at them. They're vibing high right now, Mongols. Time after time, playoff after playoff, it was head in hands. It was disappointment, but it was a lesson and a lesson they are putting to use, peaking at the right time. The Blast TV Austin Major, the culmination of the very first VRS season, and they're getting ever closer to a major grand final. Let that sink in.
There he is again.
Well low. Good counter flash. Mzinho finds safe shelter, tucks on the box and gets out. Now they apply the pressure. Swing with the HE. And he keeps on walking, gets on this warpath. Good chunk damage actually to Blitz progressing mid.
And they're walking into Mazinho right now. Do they swing in? There's a flash turned, and he's got the opener. They just keep on coming. There was double orbs in the mix. We didn't even get to use it.
They're even flashing, and it doesn't matter. That was DGT late to the punch, and now just Big Uzera. The Mongolian horde coming his way. One man, isolated, flames at his feet, and a bullet between his eyes.
Save again, but guess what? They're going to hunt you down. They got money for days. Where are you going to hide? The map's so small.
They are choking them out here.
Not the time you want to see a team in a semi-final just falling apart on the major stage, but this is great to see. This is the level that Mongols need to bring tomorrow.
Can't help but feel as well it's a building block in the confidence. A playoff day, you walk in and you just stomp the whole competition, stomp your opposition. Can he hold on to his M4? Oh, it doesn't look good.
The aim's messy.
I mean, I'm flustered just watching. Of course they are. Pain forgetting what winning feels like.
Now the W key, don't worry about the shift, as they're going to shift you out of this one damn quick.
Chad, it was 13 in a row, map 1. They get the pistol and that's it.
And the desk was discussing those type of Counter-Strike matches that go oh so quick. You're not even getting an opportunity in these fights, and when you are, your aim, it's not there. Big Uzera, the captain, yet to get a kill. Second tactical timeout called by Rix. You may as well use them all. You hate to say this one looks like it's done, but the momentum since those first 5 rounds of Mirage has completely shifted. And Mara, the general, on the mic. And you can't deny that, can ya? What a spectacle on display.
Yeah. Dark Horse versus Underdog. And speaking of, get up to $1,000 in bonus credits with your first deposit on Underdog when using code BLAST.
All right, well, it has to just be a partial buy. M4, couple of pistol upgrades, and away we go. This is the point of the game. You go with aggression, just like this. A dry swing out B main. We have to fight them, boys.
That's what we need. NQZ puts it all on display. Has a go, tries some aggression, puts the AWPer on notice. Senzu continuously just spamming smokes, nading corners, keeping Con an unsafe place to occupy. Good find, Techno. Slides into the angle. NQZ, a good find onto Mzinho. Noses another around the corner, and pushing forward. DGT's been held.
He's trying to nameplate. Mzinho.
Yeah, you're right.
The A piece.
You're right.
Dies towards B, thinks he has a gap, but no, 9-10 there to plug it.
Oh, look how quick 9-10 is. He just wants the info, and he manages to catch Davideus before he could burrow into the site. Oh, you nearly lost Bigu. Okay, good find on that 5-7. Davideus on notice. It's Blitz that will take him down. Bomb on its way. Senzu has that on his back. A 2-on-2. A little bit of hope if Pain can do something with this. Otherwise, it feels like it's a certainty. They need something. A little fire starter, a little spark to ignite hope. And NQZ provides the first. Big Uzera, though, needed to hide, find more damage. Senzu the smirk on his face. Sensational.
This is a feel-good game of Counter-Strike for the Mongols.
Gotta.
And we know how they feel about Vitality.
Oh, he's giving him the blitz treatment. Oh, and 9-10's having none of it. When the Mongols do it, it's a coordinated Mahone zone moment. This one's just Big Uzera holding W out the window.
Desperation on display now. This one's gotten away from you.
Nice find. That's the NQZ impact you need to be seeing, but I'm starting to feel it may be all too little too late. 5 Mongolians with hot hands and Pain on ice.
Late spike for NQZ. He's not giving this one up. 3 on the CT side, not impossible. Just the way that these rounds have gone, it feels that they don't have a chance in the world, a firm grasp.
Can we just address that Blitz is doing this alone with the bomb?
If he shows it, it'll force a full rotation, so he doesn't need to commit to a fight. Just needs it to show up on the radar, but pressure towards A main regardless, hoping for movement on B. Snow and NQZ burrowed down on the platform. Davideus and DGT dealing with the other side of the map. So right now, it's about to be a 2v3 fight on this site.
NQZ spots out just the knee.
Look at all the util left. Smoke, molly, flashes.
Yeah, it's going to force NQZ into a different angle. Worried about main, understandably, but won't open himself up to that angle despite them all channeling him through Con. 3 coming in from Mongols. NQZ racks up his third. He's doing everything with that AWP. A chip in from Snow. And finally, they thwart them. It only takes a quad kill from your superstar sniper to put the South Americans with a gun round on the board. Round 11.
Here's the desperation push in middle, just found. Taken as the boots hit the ground. Great shot there from 9-10, but it's NQZ with the superior sniper work this time. The util was there to try and pressure that plat, but the rotation, there was enough time. They're able to get over, support NQZ, and watch, witness him secure their second.
They're doing the same trick again with all that extra cash. 2 orcs start posted. Davideus immediately under so much scrutiny. What's that, camera molly temple smoke? You're immediately just forced away. You have to give it up.
And earlier in the game when they took this space earlier, they were just going straight in towards A splits. But Snow alleviates pressure, gives them the information, and pushes out B main. But right now, they have a better picture of the scenario.
He hasn't slowed down either. Blocked on camera, that buys time. But it does draw attention. Oh, Snow, he finds the bomb carrier. Blitz was trying to turn heel. Techno on this fade. This is a dangerous game he is playing. But Pain, when the pressure is this high, it's easy to overlook the unexpected. It's easy to not be ready. Davideus catches Techno on the fade. A late resurgence for just a little bit of hope amongst the Pain.
30 seconds. This one's just going to fall flat for the Mongols. They got to get something going and quickly. They're not even grouped up to trade.
NQZ, same angle, same result this time. Lethality found onto Mzinho. Empty hands for the Mongols. If Pain had 1, I'd say no way. 2, I'm not sure, but 3, maybe, just maybe. There's more to be said about Anubis after the break.
Welcome to Roles and Responsibilities. I'm here with Big Uzera from Pain. Thank you for joining me. You're the in-game leader for Pain. How long have you been the in-game leader? You've been in this team for 6 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but being IGL has been 2 years. When I used to play with PKL, I used to say a lot, give some calls mid-rounds and this kind of thing, so for me it was easy to play. And
A noob's village just got raided. Let's show them how a pro would handle it. First, build a gold mine for some income. Don't forget to upgrade your town hall. Then, build some houses to up your population. And last, build at least 2 archer towers. Now let's try again. Ha ha! These vampire suckers have nothing on our defenses. Download Vampirio and try to survive the night.
I cannot have this read, you know. We were playing Navi. That was like a 12-8 for us, the third map. We were in city side and we lost 4 rounds in a row just because the read of the guys from mid was not good. We just made the change and said, guys, these kind of things, it never can happen.
Yeah, you want to be in a position where you can affect the round, you can see the full picture. Where do you play now, just out of interest, Morad?
Connector, yeah.
Yeah, nice place to be.
Nice place to be.
As an in-game leader on this team, do you prefer CT or T sides?
To play my own game, CT side, but I prefer T side because I can control and think more than CT side.
What maps are you really liking right now? You know, what's working for Pain?
Nuke is not a secret. We made some changes as well. about T-side. Outside of Nuke was impossible to play. I now play in lobby because I was like playing for the team all the time and just dying all the time first. And I was, holy shit, what the f are you doing here? We made some change and worked well for us.
Pain, take 12.
I love that move, man.
Inferno and Anubis, if you start T-side, you can make 11, 12 rounds. So these two maps, I don't like to play BO1, but if you have to play, we're gonna play.
Inside of your role being an in-game leader, there's also another role, and that's to be the captain, right? You're looking after a team of some young players such as Snow. What's it like bringing up someone who's 16, 17 years old when he first joins a top CounterStrike team?
Snow is like a sponge guy. If you say something to him, he just absorbs all the time.
Exceeding all expectations, it is pain!
When I'm not playing, I'm on the server. I just like to leave the CounterStrike, you know?
Big Sarah, thanks for joining me, and good luck to you in Pain.
Thank you.
History already written with this mere attendance in this semi-final. Austin, you having a good Saturday night? Vitality need a challenger for Championship Sunday, and it's a very strong case being made by the Mongols. Just 3 rounds, all Pain have to work with, but a T-side bias that Pain are going to have to cling on and prove to be true.
His pistols to close as Techno on the jump spot. Sees one. Jewel Beretta's in his hand as Big Yuzera, the first to test him. It's a fake. Bomb wants to head A. Hoping for an over-commitment from the A defense. There's another smoke now dotted in.
Oh, Bigu would love to have gotten a little bit more.
Oh, they're rotating away from A. They just moved. They hit the steps now.
9-10 tucks one cake instead. He was falling away from the side. Now Mzinho. Oh, hang on. He's at his bell run. 9-10's gone. This is compulsory for Pain. They cannot let it go. Senzu with one. Another would be crazy. DGT puts him in the dirt. Blitz, however,
2v2.
Comes in from heaven. Finds that headshot. Blitz and Techno. This semi-final in the palm of their hands. If they can take this away from Pain, he can't do it. Can't control them. And Blitz got no ammo and no head. Pain. So this game is not done.
Didn't look like the fake had worked. They get the kill for free on B. The A defense starts to move a little bit jittery out of 9-10 and Mzinho. Then their boots not steadily planted on the site and run over Snow. Combination with NQZ to break in and to close things down. Well done from the young gun. About to find out how quick this gap can close. Eco from the Mongols. A 5th should be a certainty. It's a guaranteed type of round, or needs to be, if you want any chance of bringing this back, pushing it to the 3rd and giving us a 3-map series. Taking the A main control without any worries. Nobody baskets, nobody fountain. And that rotation point, sure, a bunch of them could pipe in through middle. Singed toes, there's the swing. Info for Big Yuzera, and Mzinho goes down. They can scoop up that bomb and just head over and join the party on this A site. Remember the nerves for both of these teams, you touched upon it. First major playoffs for Pain, second for the Mongols, but the first time both of them have found themselves in a major semi-final. And strong showing from Pain not to give up, not just to roll over, considering how badly they were being thrown around the server. Final 2 rounds of that first half. Now the pistol with the conversion. That's going to make it 4 on the trot.
It's not much, but it's something.
That's it, right? The T-side bias on this map, it can really cascade out of control. The decision Mongols makes on their next buy round is going to be hugely impactful to how this game functions forward. Senzu grabs a kill short. Oh, and another one there. So going to add some extra cash. Can they pick up these dropped weapons? Do they even want to?
Yeah, Mac 10 is not going to be too enticing on a CT side.
It's so good to see Senzu just let off the leash as a player now, right? And it's when I say that, it's not like Blitz or Mara have been holding him back. Yeah. It's his own mental. It's the fact he's a young man learning what it takes to be that X factor, that star player, that monster that we know he can be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This entire semi-final, all of the players here, Snow, a great example, Senzu, Mzinho, everyone was watching the legends of last season, the legends of the yesteryear, as inspiration to now find themselves in this position, a semi-final of the CounterStrike Major.
And this is another round that feels mandatory. First rifle round. Techno's just going to operate on that scavenge back Mac 10. Going to boost over this immediately. So one way to deal with the lurk. Sure, you've got the info. This is heavy resources. 3 players having to deal with this over towards B is now highlighted Mzinho and 910 bunkering down. They're not worried about a mid progress. Take a look, the map. You split it down the middle, there's nobody home.
Yeah, you're right. Stark contrast to the first half.
Yeah, look, this is the thing. If you're going to get that util through, now you know mid could be a bit of a problem. So how do you respond? Play for B main info. Techno, blitz, push out. A main block, spam through. Mzinho can't go down in a moment like this. We'll need the reload.
I like the boost. Mzinho's caught off by that. That's innovative. What a great way to manufacture an opening.
Well, they do have this space, but they're down a man, and it has to be the A execute. They could pivot back through water. Look how they're congregated. It's not really organized right now. And a gamble. Blitz is here. Senzu will join this. All in on A.
Yeah, Blitz is going to be in a nice angle to actually take that first engagement, draw attention away from 910, and he's done very well. Blinded off, no one's looking. He needed the double up. It's an important trade from DGT. Bodies are here. Techno and Senzu aggressing forward. Mac 10's good for one, but hang on, it's Senzu again to save him. Gives him space. A little too much space. They're going to be overthinking this. They have to plant, but they know he could be in the smokes. It buys him so much time to relocate. Hits his walk key just in time. They have no idea. He's creeping. He's crawling. And he is deadly. Isolates NQZ on the retreat. Davadeus miles away. Trying to
play with
pack the crowd.
No kit.
There's one there on the side. I can see it at the front of Cake. Time ticking. Bomb nearing that halfway mark as he clears his corners. It starts to really compute. It has to be main. Throws out the nade. Picks up the Galil. Picks up the kit. The angle's good. I don't know if Davadeus is going to get there in time. Senzu versus 2 on the big stage in the big game. Senzu again delivers for the Mongols. He's just collecting clutches.
This kid had the biggest drop-off for his team once they made it to playoff games. And now, in the semi-final, he's making Pain look silly. That's double digits. That's 10. That's 3 rounds away from the grand final for the first for Mongolia, the first for Asia.
You have to pull up your socks and get back in. Can't let that round linger in your mind. Block smoke, they're playing into it. Mzinho, the perfect weapon for the job. Distracts him as 910 racks him up.
Could have been ahead of this. It was the AWP that did it. Doesn't want to play through the smoke.
Not dangerous enough. That's too risky. Be walking straight into your demise at Techno's crosshair.
Oh, they left A completely. 910 now pivots to middle. Blitz playing for info once more. And the reroute. The bomb darting back towards T stairs. Blitz with that info. Does free up the rotation again. Another block smoke dropped. Shallow in A main. Baskets, they can have it. And they can execute behind it as Mzinho gets up on Fountain. His rotation point. They are reading this perfectly again.
Again, they will be in the right place.
Come on in. The water's warm.
910, perfect. Puts the flames at the feet. They have to run through it. Burnt, cindered, and sent back to spawn.
Your cash is bottomed out.
They are doing it live. They are doing it under the lights, under the pressure, Pain crumbling.
Here's the question you have if you're Pain right now. 2,400 is the loss next round. If we do not force in this moment, we give them 12. That means we need to go flawless just to take this to overtime. An agonizing decision that has to be made, but they will cop the eco. They will not invest. We are talking 5 Glocks and a flash is all they have to work with. 12 is Mongols. You can quote me on that. You can take that to the bank. Just one, blitz traded, M4 picked up. Something to work with now, the flash was good. Senzu rotates in, and nade perfectly placed, and he's just gonna mop him up. The response is here, and there's that 12 I'm talking about. 1 round, and they get to face Vitality for the 5th time this year. Sure, they've taken a couple of maps, but can they be the team to stop Vitality's near perfect season?
In this form, I think it's a good fight, Chad.
Aggression, this is the push. We've seen this before.
We certainly have no one immediately to receive it, but this is going to be such an early positional advantage. Outmaneuvered, but not outgunned. DGT removing Techno. Look at Mzinho's position. DGT spots him. Surely that information flows. He'll be forced away, back into the safety of A main.
Pain doesn't let desperation get the better of them, but Mzinho, he wants to fight.
Look at the angle he's got there. That might even catch them off guard. I love his proactivity. There is no fear on display when you watch the Mongols play.
910's going to post up with this AWP in connector. Smoked off for now, sure, but it is going to fade. He's pushing.
And he's going to reward it. Catches Snow, and the trade's not there. Davideus just haphazardly spamming into smokes. 910 disappears in a puff of it.
Transitioning back into this AWP. 910 on the line. They're coming his way, all 3 of them.
He gets one more, and the job is done. Championship Sunday, it calls. And the Mongols answer. A Mongolian team in a major grand final. A fight for Asia. A ritual of ruin. Playoffs versus Titans, they wavered. Paris, no. Copenhagen, they couldn't. Shanghai, not then. But now. In Austin, Texas, young next-generation talent slay their demons and realize their dream in Austin, Texas.
No team that has come from this region has ever made it this far. The major grand final, a dream of every single one of those players on the stage today, but only one could walk away victorious, and the Mongols, the way that they've held themselves, the Counter-Strike they play, the way they back their aim, this team has earned this final, and Vitality await.
Sure, they can be defeated, but never destroyed.
Well, Techno, you guys did it. You're going to a major grand final. How do you feel?
Of course, it's feeling amazing for us, and it's a grand final, you know? Yeah.
How does it feel to get up here on the stage and find success, something that the Mongols haven't always done?
I think right now we're playing like our, how to say that, or their own play style, I guess, yeah, every game. And it was working, it's working well, and I think it is.
So let me ask you this, man. You guys have met Vitality in Katowice, in Malta, in Melbourne.